built it by myself. Bourbon from top shelf. Yeah, I don't even know no one. Yeah, I ain't got no label or a manager. Gotta keep my percentages, gotta keep all my benefits. I don't take no orders, only take orders if it's orders. Never no breach, never no siege. I see I'm putting up borders. Bitch, if you're talking about funds, then I guess I'm a hoarder. Now, stakes been high, take a look at my stick. My stick been looking like Porterhouse. Brand new LLC.
Welcome to Trucking with Old Snapper. I'm your host. I'm Old Snapper. If you're new to the channel, like, subscribe, smash that bell so you get notified of new videos as they come about. Don't want to miss it. This video here, a lot of people are not going to agree with. Especially the modern day entitled people are not going to agree with probably most of what I got to say in this video. I didn't say a whole lot when this happened, out of respect for those who died and to kind of see how it would go about. It's been a little while now, so I'm going to go ahead and put out what I think on this situation and my opinions on this situation. Now, mind you, this is just my opinions. That's all it is. Some of you are not going to agree, and that's fine. You know, we can be different. You know, that's part of life. We can be different. But anyway, what I'm going to talk about is the crash in Colorado. The crash that killed 4 people and injured 10. All right? Now, keep that in mind. 4 people died and it injured 10. All right? So before we get into that, I want to show y'all this. Take a look at this right here. This is a homeboy of mine. This is one of my good friends. Known him all my life. All right? He's sitting in prison right now. You see that charge up there? Murder. Got a murder charge. You see the time that went with it? 50 years. All right? Now, or 60 years. I'm not sure. When I put it up, you'll see. But anyway, you see the time that went with it. Now check this out. He didn't actually murder anybody. He was involved in a robbery, which his crime partner had a shotgun, and they were robbing this little gambling place where people would go to gamble and win coupons and stuff like that down in Texas. If you're from Texas, you probably know what I'm talking about. All right. They robbed it. They went in there, guns up, put everybody on the floor, take everything they got. This old man decided to fight back. So he grabbed a hold of this guy's crime partner's weapon. When he did, whether the weapon went off when he grabbed a hold of it or the other old boy pulled the trigger, it doesn't matter. The gun went off, the dude died. All right? The one that actually held the gun, he was sentenced to death. And they killed him on death row, I believe, in 2008, 2009. My boy here, who didn't pull the trigger, but he was involved in the robbery, he got that time right there. All right? Never actually himself murdered anybody. But you know what? That's my homeboy, and we talk, and we write letters back and forth, and I believe he deserves that time. He believes he deserves that time because he was involved in a crime that caused someone to lose their life, and he's even said himself that he probably deserves his whole life in prison. You know, eye for an eye. What's the value of a person's life? It's something he has to live with every day. All right? He ain't never asked to get out of that time. Not once. He stood up. He took that time like a man. That's a man. He knows he made a mistake, and he took that time like a man. Now, here's the thing. This other old boy in Colorado. Let's get into that now. He's coming down the mountain. He loses his brakes. All right? He has an accident at the bottom of the mountain. Kills 4 people and injures 10. You might be saying, well, he lost his brakes. Well, number one, he didn't check his brakes. He admitted to that. So he didn't check them before he took off. He's running a trail of smoke out behind the truck. And as you'll see in a video I'm going to play here in a minute, he didn't even realize his brakes were smoking. All right? 26 years old. He's from Cuba. Probably doesn't understand English, you know, so he probably shouldn't be in a truck to begin with. Now we got a whole bunch of people over here that don't understand English in a truck. So is that a danger to society? That's for you to decide. Now check this out. He passed one runaway truck ramp, and he passed 5 total exits. So he had 6 chances to get off of the dang road. 6. You hear me? He had 6 chances to get off the road before he hit the bottom. All right. He chose not to, reaching speeds of upwards to 100 miles per hour. Then when he came up on the stop traffic at the bottom, he ran over onto the shoulder. He sat on the shoulder. And then for whatever reason, I'm assuming because there were people on the shoulder, he veered back into traffic. All right. Now here's why I say he deserved the 110 years he originally had. As a driver, we all make a choice. All right. That if we're encountered with that situation, all right, do we put ourselves at risk, one life, or do we put everybody else at risk? What he should have done is he should have took the runaway truck ramp. Okay, but let's give him a benefit of a doubt that he doesn't understand English and he didn't know that's what that was. He should have took one of the other 5 exits that he passed. Let's give him a benefit of a doubt. He don't understand it. He just passed them up. When he approached the bottom of that hill and saw traffic at a dead stop, he should have put that truck in the ditch. He should have put it in the ditch, put it in the mountain, take it off a cliff. You do whatever you got to do. By him making the choice and decision to go to the bottom of that hill, veer back into traffic, kill 4 people and injure 10, he basically said, y'all's life ain't worth mine. My life's more important than yours. You understand that? Think about it. Instead of putting the truck in the ditch, he chose to hit people and kill 4 people and injure 10. So he's saying, in that action right there, he's saying his life is more valuable than yours. Now, let's think about this for a minute. What if that was your loved ones? What if that was your dad that got killed? I'm talking about the people that got killed. What if your dad was at the bottom of that hill and he got killed? Your daughter, your son, your brother. He got 10 years. It was reduced to 10 years. All right? So for vehicular manslaughter of 4 people, he got 10 years. That's 2.5 years per person. 2.5 years. We got people doing more time than that for a load of pot. 2.5 years. You're telling me that the value of a life, the value of a human life is 2.5 years? Is your life only worth 2.5 years? If someone is negligent and decides that your life isn't worth their life, they make a bad choice and decide to take you out instead of themselves over their choice, because they're going to live another day. You're not. That's only worth 2.5 years? People are dumb. People have lost their mind. They're not thinking this stuff all the way through. They're using emotion. They're using emotion. Here's the emotion everybody ran on that filed that petition. Oh, this poor kid. He's only 27 years old. Oh, this poor kid. He's from Cuba. He don't understand. Okay, I get all that. But he understood that he could have put it in the ditch, even if he didn't understand the rest of that. He understood that he could have put it off the cliff, ran it into the mountain, did whatever he had to do to get that truck stopped and reduce the loss of life. But he made the choice not to. Therefore, his actions said his life was worth more than theirs. And then I know some of y'all are going to say, hey, he was crying in court, He felt bad for it. He was crying because he was facing a bunch of time. He wasn't crying because he felt bad for it. Use your head. He wasn't worried about what he did. If they'd have let him go, man, he'd have went to Starbucks, got a coffee, went down there and got him something to eat. He wouldn't have gave 2 craps. He didn't give 2 craps that day. He cared when he realized there was a consequence to the choice that he made. That's when he cared. Let's take a look at this.
To 110 years in prison for causing this fiery crash on I-70 back in 2019. It killed 4 people and injured others.
Now, the governor stepped in after national outcry over the sentence, and he commuted the sentence to just 10 years. Colette Bordelon joins us in studio. And Colette, you're getting a look at more evidence that the jury in the trial saw.
Yeah, we've all seen that video of the crash so many times. So today, I want to show you what you might not have seen, but what the jury had to consider when they found Aguilera Medeiros guilty on the majority of over 40 charges against him. Now, take a look at the top of your screen. You see that semi just speeding by traffic, brakes burning behind it. Now, in an interview with police, Aguilera Medeiros said he didn't see those smoking brakes at all, and that it wasn't his first time driving through Colorado's mountains. And then this footage, actually from a state trooper's dash cam, you see the semi just speed by traffic in the shoulder. Now watch the horizon. You'll see the moment the crash actually happens, a giant plume of black smoke in the sky. Now, in the order from the judge canceling tomorrow's hearing, now here behind me are pictures that were shown to the jury during the trial. Family members of one of the victims feel details like this have been overlooked. For instance, take a look here. This is what was left of Bill Bailey's car. He was one of 4 victims. These were his glasses. This was his key burned into the ignition. It's hard to look at those images. Now, above all, Bailey's family wants to make sure the victims in this case are remembered for who they were, something they feel has been overshadowed.
Let me ask y'all something. How come he didn't put that truck into that guardrail? Why didn't he put the truck through the guardrail? Why didn't he do anything he could do that wouldn't involve someone else in their life? Think about that, drivers. And you see right there, he said he didn't know nothing. He didn't even realize his brakes were smoking. He was totally negligent. He didn't care about nothing or nobody. And I guarantee you, he don't care about a soul that signed that petition and got his sentence reduced from 110 to 10 years. He don't care about none of that. You know, and now you got 10 years, he'd probably be out in 3, maybe 4. You know, so 1 year per life. That's what the value of a life is now. You know, so if one of us snaps and goes out here and kills somebody, I walk in the store and shoot somebody, it ain't worth but 1 year, because y'all done set the precedent. If someone takes your life, it ain't worth but 1 year, because somebody done set the precedent. Think about that. Now, that's my 2 cents on that bull crap in this entitled, stupid generation that's running the world right now. It's idiotic. Think about it. Y'all take care, stay safe, and keep trucking.
I don't need no one else, build it by myself, bourbon from top shelf, yeah, I don't even know no one, yeah, I ain't got no label or a manager, gotta keep my percentages, gotta keep all my benefits, I don't take no orders, only take orders if it's orders, never no breach, never no siege, I see I'm putting up borders, bitch, if you're talking about funds, then I guess I'm a hoarder, now, stakes been high, take a look at my steak been looking like porterhouse, brand new LLC.